Why, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, that's a wonderful way to start, right? Oh, I just snorted. As you guys can tell, I'm doing a whole lot better today. Yeah, so how's everyone doing? Thank you so much for being here. It is awesome to be able to host another show today. Yeah, we just wanted to bring some insights and understanding to a lot of things that's happening in, you know, the energetic world, you could say, I guess. Right?
Mm-hmm. And our what would you call that? Dedication. Willing to stand our ground, make a choice, stand our ground, and move forward. There is no going back.
There is no going back.
So, when I say that, I think about the couple of times that you had an allergic reaction to something that you ate, and where it put you, and how dangerous it was. Compromising your breath, compromising the cancer. There is, if you wanted to just lay down and die, there'd be an easy way to do it.
Yeah.
But that's not what any of us wants. We want to move forward. So there is no going back.
Which reminds me, I did hold back some information that day for when I ate rice. I also had some shrimp chips that day, and I didn't want to share that information because I didn't want... Candy was in a very tight spot, you could say. And I didn't want to share that information so it could burden her, but what I came to understand is that I should have shared that information when I did do it. Those shrimp chips, I am very allergic to the shrimp at the moment, and I did have shrimp and rice, and that's a double whammy on me, which caused me to go into that almost an anaphylactic shock again. A couple of times. But yeah, I told Candy the other day, and she was like, "Oh, and you didn't share that with me."
And you know what the team told us? We cannot cheat our way through this. We have, I don't know about you guys, but in my own life, and I've seen in my son's life, that there's a propensity to cheat our way through different things. And, it's not just the world, the governments, the politicians, the movie stars that are being called to be truthful. It's us in our own very personal life. It's us in our own garden. Our teams are not going to permit us to cheat our way through situations in life and to ascend without calling us to account for that behavior. And this is part of what you were being shown through all of that. Let me ask you this. When you thought it might be burdensome for me, was that a program, or was that really truth?
It was running in my mind because you were already stressed out. Really stressed out. And just imagine if she knew that much more information, it would have stressed her out even more. And thinking I didn't want to give her a heart attack, you could say. But I should have relied upon your strength. Because you could have taken the information.
I remember growing up and hearing people say, no, we're not going to tell our family that so-and-so's got cancer or that so-and-so is sick because they're dealing with enough. And I always felt that was wrong. Why do people feel like they have to make those choices for someone else?
That's true.
Isn't that making a choice for someone else? There's got to be a way to say, you know, there's something going on. Are you in a position to understand a serious situation? I mean, I think that sounds good. I like that. That way it gives them the choice. And that way, it puts them in a place to where they're, serious. Okay. I have to balance myself. I've been stressed. I know that. I have to balance myself. I can deal with this. Or, no thank you, and you let them choose.
And like Victoria said, taking their choices away? Very much so, you are. It is true. You are limiting, bringing that limitation. And when you bring that limitation, it puts that limitation not on the other person, but more of it puts the limitation upon you.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, it enhances your weakness, which then you rely upon that weakness, which then that weakness intensifies.
So now circling back to the original thought that I need to protect my mom, did you really?
Yes, I felt I had that thought. I had those thoughts running through my mind, and you're right, it most definitely was old programs coming up with that, but it's
it feels like we're learning something new here. Because that just dropped down in me to say, hey, are you open to hearing a situation of seriousness? That way you prepare the person so that they can make that choice. And we don't have to make that choice for them.
Well, just like the conversation that you had today, you had an observation. And you brought that observation up, but you didn't use certain words. Like, in a medical standpoint, this is my observation of what I see. So they understand it's a medical thing that you are seeing and not just a physical thing. And what's funny is that we see that within each other, is that we've been taking a lot of things personally. And that's one thing that I would like to bring up, is that we have been taking a lot of things personally of what people say, and we just do not understand that they see things in a different point of view. They just didn't word it in such a way, and we just see those words for what it is right then and there. And then we take that personal, and we're like, well, you see something wrong with me. Well, I guess something's wrong with me. Why do you have to point that out? Right? So, we need to be more open-minded. And that's what these programs are doing, is keeping our minds more shut to seeing the absolute possibilities of what is truly there. Asking yourselves those questions, well, which comes into the thing that we've also been learning, is that the most dangerous question that you can ever ask is the question, why. Why is the most dangerous question. You can use the word why in a statement, but never a question. Because when you use it in a question, it's all about lack.
Yes, it is. When I used that earlier, it definitely, I could see the lack in that.
Why didn't I see that? Why didn't they confide in me? Why didn't they share that with me type thing? Well, it's not why didn't they? It's more of what do I need to see within the situation that they could confide in somebody else but not myself. Oh, I wasn't ready. I didn't have the necessary information to be able to help that person. That's why. You see, you could say that. That's why. But never why with a question mark.
Why did it happen to me? Why is this going on? Why am I, well, what about why am I feeling this way? That's explorative. That's okay.
No.
No? Why? Okay, explain
What
that.
do I need to see within this information that's making me feel this way? What do I need to see within this emotion that is coming up within me that's making me feel this way? But yet again, through that, you're also attaching the feelings and the emotions. And when you attach feelings and emotions together, when you use feelings and emotions together, it becomes that attachment, which then you attach to what it is, which then you get lost in the thought of, lack. Which is why we need to stay away from feelings and emotions together, but use them separately. So whoever has Netflix, and if you have seen the series Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family, Wednesday has shut off all emotions, but she uses her feelings a lot. And that is one of her greatest strengths, is she doesn't care what people think of her. She doesn't care what people do. She just feels her way through certain situations and just gets it done. That is a form of detaching from your emotions, just shutting off all emotions. She is a great, what do you call that? Not inspiration, but a great teacher upon how to shut off your emotions. What it looks like to shut off your emotions. That's how we need to be. Because when we shut off our emotions, we're not attaching to what's there, but we're actually feeling our way through the situations and just getting it done, no matter what anybody thinks, no matter what anybody says. You just do what your gut is telling you, and that's what she did throughout the whole season.
Yeah, she basically is fearless. And she was able to move through the situations and be a great detective and not allow other people's feelings and emotions and judgments and whatever else that they were throwing her way to affect her.
Exactly.
I love that. I'd like to see more of that in myself.
I am seeing more of that in myself, which is great. It's wonderful. And you are too. So I've begun the affirmations 2 days ago. 2 days ago. I'm living a perfect life, and I'm making $30,000 a month. And I would say that over and over and over and over and over again until I fell asleep. And then I'll wake up and start saying it again. And then I'll fall asleep saying it. And I started seeing many different things happening in our experience. Like today we went out to the store and I saw all the lights were green, all the people were respectable, everyone at the store was very nice, and we found what we needed, and everything just started working out for us. So it's all about creating that lifestyle that you want through the words that you're speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Because words are spells. Because the spelling. Welcome to the spelling words.
So to answer your question, Carrie, we don't want to, I personally do not want to become like Wednesday Addams. I like some of the attributes that she has learned to apply in her life. That is what I'm talking about.
Take everything that you know that you could use and discard everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like how would you say that? My mind just went blank.
Time to move on to something else.
Eat the meat and spit out the bones. Just take what you know it works and what is good for you and discard everything else. Yes, she has her imperfections, but I wasn't talking about that. I was just talking about how she has shut off her emotions. That's the only thing that I found attractive that I would like to see more in myself when I'm delving deep into my feelings. Because when you're delving deep into your feelings and you will let the emotions come up, it then makes you attached to that situation or to attach to what's there, and you don't let go.
You know what I like is the fact that she does not let other people's opinions and judgments and whatnot affect what she knows is true.
Mm.
And when she discovers a different truth, she moves to that different truth and stands firm. And she finds her courage. I'm sure some things frighten her, but she finds her courage and moves in it. And I really like what came to both of us today, which is no going back.
Yeah. There is no going back.
And we've decided to change up what our channel stands for, which is no going back. To find our courage to move forward in how we are being led to do so.
Well, just like in our health, when I decided to make that choice to eat the rice and the shrimp chips, I took a couple steps back in my healing, but my guides were like, don't focus upon the steps backwards, but focus upon the steps forwards that you're going to be making from here on out. Mm-hmm. Stop focusing upon the backward steps, because the more that you focus upon the backward steps, the more backward steps you're going to be making. So focus upon the steps forwards that you're going to be making from there, because as you're moving forward, you're still going to be taking steps back, but never focus upon those. Those are never the things that we need to focus upon, but the ones that we're going to be making forward from here on out. Mm-hmm. And what's kind of funny is that even though that I made those steps back in making that choice of eating the rice and shrimp chips, and it brought my healing down, my healing has amplified even stronger because I started focusing upon the steps forward from here on out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Right, Shirley? That's, yes, in every aspect of our life. What he speaks is absolute truth. There is no going back. That applies to every aspect of our life.
When you walk into a room and you walk out of the room, you're making a choice to walk into a room and making a choice to walk out of the room, but you're not going back. You're just leaving. Hello?
Well, this was a great conversation. It feels like the energy is done with that. So, what do we want to move into next? Yeah, Shirley says, great book title, guys. So, anyone have any questions on what you would like us to share?
What's funny, Carrie, when you say that, is it the gypsies who believe that the retracing of your steps, making the choice to retrace your steps, isn't a form of going backwards still. It's making a choice of moving forwards, just retracing the steps of going backwards, walking backwards. If I did some affirmation videos, you'd listen to them. Oh, I have a lot of affirmations I can most definitely create.
So a question came in. Candy, how did you manage to keep going on and staying positive, taking care of Kidd? I was grateful that years and years ago is when I studied the Gerson therapy herbs and how they affect the body. Along with Gerson therapy was, diet, alkaline, all those things. And didn't really apply them because I didn't have to. And I've been thinking about that also, is the have-tos of what we're doing. And, when Maria Bernardis mentioned about the starseeds not eating meat, and that meat cuts your connection with source, or, well, how would you say that? Diminishes it, right? Interferes with it. And I wasn't sure how I felt about that, because I did not have an experience myself to gather whether or not I personally believe that. And hang on one second.
So, to go a little bit deeper upon that question, staying positive, behind the scenes, it was difficult. You see me staying positive right now. You see Candy staying positive. But behind the scenes, it was very difficult for us to stay positive. There was, yes, a lot of fear that came up within what was happening, but it's all about taking back the control. So we've been watching a series on Netflix called The Witcher, and that's also something that we've also been learning from as well. And in there, the way that the witches and the warlocks teach their students, they say to control chaos, also meaning magic. They call the magic chaos. the way that you control, that you stay in balance with the chaos, how to use the chaos, is balance and control. Those are the two things that you need to be able to control chaos, control magic, control the words that we speak, control the spells that we say. Now, through chaos, when you use it, it also takes something to be able to use that spell. So when they lifted a rock, one of the girls, when she lifted a rock with the chaos, she didn't have balance, but she used the control, which then the chaos took life from her hand, and her hand shriveled up because she had no balance. She didn't take the energy from outside of herself to use as herself as the conduit to lift that rock. And that is what we need to do whenever we start feeling these emotions like fear, shame, anything that we shouldn't be using in our life, like those negative thoughts, those negative words, is a form of controlling chaos. But if you have no balance, it takes it from you. It takes a piece of you, and you lose that. So when you have the balance of taking the energy external of yourself to be able to use yourself as the conduit to do that spell, to control that chaos, it doesn't take anything from you. It takes it through you.
Okay. That's amazing. I love that. I'm glad you brought that up. So back to Shirley's question. So we were being forced, or he was being forced to do the diet, because that last time he was in the hospital, he had to have a blood transfusion. So things were really, really serious, and I knew it. And I said, that's it. I'm going to take charge. This is what we're doing. You have no choice in the matter. And he saw it too. You saw it. You saw how serious the situation was. And so, trusting me, you allowed me to do that for you. So that began to set up a change, I might say, a change in my connection with Source, because we came off all meat, all dairy, all grains, and we went to juicing, and we take 5-6 shots of juice a day, and so, you know, before I started all of that, there was all of that other time that I spent with the hospital, going to the hospital with him and through his tests and this kind of stuff. How did I stay positive? Well, through all of this, there's something that just keeps coming to me. And that is this vision of being at his funeral. And the choices that we make, will it lead there or will it lead to his health? But see, that thought of being at his funeral and feeling the emotion and the pain of that made me realize that going through the motions with him and being so grateful that I could, that it was an honor, so much easier than saying that goodbye. And then comes what? All the questions, could I have done better? What if I didn't do? What if I didn't say? What if I didn't hurt him like? And then all that regret, right? And so when we allow ourselves the pro and con list of any situation, it's so easy to make the pro choice, the pro part of the list. And to put yourself in a place of, this is not too much trouble. It's an honor to do this for. I am not too tired to keep going. So that's how I did it.
A thing that helped me with the fear is by changing up things whenever I explain to people that I'm beating cancer. I tell them I have carposi sarcoma and I have cancer within my body that I'm beating. And most people, they go into that, well, all of them, actually, every single one of them has gone into that, oh, I'm so sorry. And I could be like, oh, thank you so much. I don't say thank you. Because when I say thank you, guess what? It's a form of attachment to keeping it within my experience. So what I say is, oh, no. This is just another weapon in my arsenal. Which means I go into the warrior aspect of it. Meaning that it's become another weapon for me to use to be able to help those that are around me. So I stay in that fighting mode. And it eliminates the fear. And it helps the other person at the same time to know that there is no need to say sorry of in a secret way. Because most people are not awake like we are, right? So that's the secret way of bringing out the warrior in them at the same time. But standing in the warrior of yourself helps you to overcome that fear.
Think about Lord of the Rings and how it looked so hopeless sometimes, especially at the very last episode before they were able to throw the ring into the volcano. They did not get into victim mentality and go, oh my God, we're just going to die anyways. Go ahead, kill me. And we need to look at that and those situations and apply that to ourselves. We are not victims unless we choose to be. You are not a victim. You're a warrior. You do not put your hands up in the middle of a fight and say, okay, take me. No.
Well, you and I, we've been exchanging the victim mentality. So, yes, we are standing strong here, live, and we are showing you that there is strength. But behind the scenes, Candi has been in that victim mentality, and I have been in that victim mentality, and I have to say, oh my God, my victim mentality came up so much. I'm like, Candy's like, victim? Are you sure you're the victim? You're not the victim. Get the fuck out of that victim mentality. I'm like,
And then I cleared you.
So those are attachments and programs that are coming into our experience to get us back into the old ways of finding the easy route. There is no such thing as an easy route.
Are you doing okay?
Uh-huh. So Carrie says, I have been feeling like most rules the spiritual community are coming out with are arbitrary. What are your thoughts?
Well, I wanted to look up that word arbitrary just to make sure I was remembering what it meant.
Kind of like a wary. type thing.
Well, let me read it. Based on random choice or personal whim rather than any reason or system. So just because I feel like it.
Yeah,
Because
basically.
fuck, it feels
Kind
good.
of like wearing. I'm wary about it. And yes, what I have to say about that, my personal thoughts is the feelings of the spiritual community are based off of rules. But what's funny is that in the spiritual reality, there are no rules. There's only, like what we've been learning from The Witcher, balance and control. That's it. Choices. What choice are you going to be making? Because if you have those arbitrary thoughts of the spiritual community, well, you are going to go based off of those whims. You're going to go based off of those wary thoughts and attachments of, instead of standing in the power of taking control and being in balance of, knowing that you are that warrior of light here to guide those that are needed at this moment. Because people are finding us. People are finding you. People are coming into your experience. Other beings are coming into your experience, asking for help, looking for help. But when you are standing in the arbitrary moment, well, there's no way that you can help them if you're not in balance and if you're not taking control. So when you can take control of what you are, and you are that spiritual being, not of the spiritual community, because community is communism of what we've all been learning, right? Well, you are of that spiritual reality, not spiritual community. We are a spiritual group that's gathering together. We're a spiritual family that's gathering together, standing in light of the warrior that we are, to help guide those around. Though that's just my thought of it.
So, Carrie says, yes, there are no rules. There is only your personal journey. Yeah, and if we remember that.
Well, the stars have also been teaching us that rules and laws are dangerous and deadly. Stay away from them.
Yeah. And if we have that in the forefront of our mind and we remember that, then we're giving more caution to our choices, including whether or not we're taking the choice away from other people as well. Any other questions?
Well, Seabree says, this is awesome, you two, because I've never liked when someone says, oh, I'm sorry when I'm going through a struggle, because it would actually make me feel weaker or defeated rather than heard or hear. So, yes, use that. Use what I just said. Use... No. This is just another weapon in my arsenal, honey. I'm going to use it to help others. Take it. It's yours.
So, Kidd and I, all these things that we are sharing with you guys, these are lessons that we're having, and we'll continue to learn and grow.
Sorry. Can't to learn, because we're not here to learn, remember.
Here to remember.
We're here to remember, because we've done it before. Every single one of us has lived so many lifetimes that we've already done this. This has already happened to us. We're not here to learn shit, okay? We've already learned it. We're here to remember.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me remember. So, but we go through our moments. This is why we're remembering more and more. Yeah.
So, when you're going through, like, schooling, or someone so-called teaches you something so-called new that you've never experienced, it's actually not new. You're not learning it, you are remembering from a past life, and it's leaking into this experience, and you're like, ah, yeah, 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 you've done it before. Yeah, you've probably done it thousands upon thousands of times. But in this lifetime, personally, you're just remembering on how to do it again. You're never learning how to do anything. You are remembering.
So, write down any more questions that you guys have, and we'll come back to that in a moment. I was talking to an HVU family member the other day, and she has cancer, and she's been using herbal combinations to get rid of parasites. And there's a lot of information out there that we are discovering is not adequate enough to help in a situation when the disease is that far along. So, let me tell you this. Doing herbal therapy, parasitic cleanses are for those people who have very mild parasitic infections. Okay? Something they just caught in the digestive tract. It has not made it into the muscles. It's not made it into the organs. It's not all over your body. So if you have something going on, diabetes, Alzheimer's, dementia, what else? Cancer, high blood pressure, all those other things. Every disease is happening because there is a parasitic infection going on inside the body as well. And we created a web page on the WordPress. Kidd Candi's, what's it called? Kidd Candi's detox? No, I don't know. I don't remember. I have to look. It's like I'll find it really quick. Okay.
So you can also find our WordPress at www.hvumaga.wordpress.com. Or you can go into the description on the YouTube.
Yeah, detox.
And it's the link is also there as well, I believe. Should be. I believe it's there. It better be. But yes, it's www.hvumaga.wordpress.com.
Okay, I just put the link in.
Oh, cool.
See if I can pin it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, pinned. And you can share that with anyone, okay? So our WordPress is to empower you. And it's because so many call and so many message with the same questions, the same answers. And it's just easier to have it all in one place where you can go not only to answer your questions, but, oh yeah, what they say? To remember.
Mm-hmm.
To remember. And then someone in your family has something serious going on. Here, go here and take a look at what Kidd Candi are doing. So, on there, we talk about, I also posted a video, the same video that was sent to me the day after I had talked to the team, and I said, oh, what's the purpose? Leaving us without any guidance in this situation. What is the purpose? 35-minute video. Not that long, you guys, and it's packed full of information. She's a really great speaker. She's a doctor, and she got cancer. And so this is what she talked about. So I listened and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do what she's going to do. And people have asked, why did you choose that? Because she had success. So Kidd and I and Dad have taken horse paste for well over a year, and we have not seen any change in any of our diseases. So that tells me a lot. Not that that's bad, because the horse paste, it will correct, it will help assist in the healing for your gut biome, which is super duper important. So I'm not saying don't take it. But when it comes to a deep infection, this is the route that we chose. And I shared that. You have to go with what you feel is right for you. Don't ever forget that. I'm going to do what Kidd Candi did just because they did it. Well, when I listened to that doctor, and she said this is what she did, and I said I'm going to do that because she had success, I wouldn't do it unless I felt it. So remember, you're going to listen for your higher guidance in every choice that you make.
And what's funny is that when you said that, you were listening to her information, but you shut down your emotions and just went based off of your feelings. And that is listening to your gut. Your gut.
Your gut.
When your gut is saying, do this, you didn't use any emotions, because if you did, you would have attached to it, and that's what would have brought up the worry, that is it going to work, the questions, and the not knowing, and then everything will just fall off. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the book Chris Beats Cancer and the Gerson diet. You took bits and pieces of both and mixed it together along with Dr. Sebi's information as well. Instead of just going based off of all just one, you picked and choose. You ate the meat, spit out the bones, and then you mixed it together.
And look at the success we're having because we did exactly that.
Exactly.
And this is what we're guiding you to do, is to listen to your gut, listen to your higher self.
Never use your emotions at the same time as you're feeling your way through something.
So, let's circle back, girl. Back to the meat thing. So when we came off all meat, I was telling Kidd, I said, you know what? I felt the emotion assailing me, different emotions, a lot while I was eating meat. And now I'm not feeling that. Now I am calmer, more balanced,
more connected.
I get out of the emotional situations faster, right? And there is just such a huge difference. And I was telling Kidd, I can't imagine going back. I just can't. Not because I have a belief of one thing or another, but because the way I'm feeling. I feel it.
For me personally, I now don't want to go back. Because when I ate those shrimp chips, that was also meat, shrimp, meat, and that really disconnected me. And what's funny is that you guys remember the other day when we went live, Candy wanted to do card readings and wanted to do some spiritual connections, but I could not get connected because the meat was still in my system. And that is what that's what caused me to be disconnected, was because the meat and the shrimp chips. And that's why I wasn't the way that I am today. As you guys could see the difference, I was disconnected. Today I'm very much connected, even more, which is why we're bringing all this information. So that gave that not taking those steps back and not focusing upon those steps back, but focusing upon the steps forward has empowered me so much that I don't want to go back to me. I don't. Honestly, it's there. Yes, the programs come up of wanting to have a hamburger or wanting to have a chicken sandwich or wanting to have chicken nuggets. But in all honesty, I'm like, those programs make it taste good with those memories, but I don't like the disconnection. I am appalled at that disconnection and want to stay connected to that higher dimensional frequency.
And you know, I'm excited to see where this leads, because I know that the more we're connected to the spiritual realm, the faster we ascend, and the more we'll be connected to the powers that we know we could have. And I'm excited.
Carrie, don't let those thoughts come in. I see those thoughts with those dots. I'm not there yet. Oh, boo-hoo me. No. No. Honey, you will get there when you are ready for it. Just like I got here when my body was like, all right. You ain't listening? Here, have some cancer. So I got here when the time was right. It's going to happen for you, Carrie, when the time is right. Don't worry about those self-judgments. Oh, I'm not there yet, honey. Trust me, you are there right now where you need to be, and don't try to be somebody else just because they are at a different point in connection. You are perfect the way that you are. And that goes for every single one of you. You are perfect the way that you are. And you will get there when you know it's time.
You know, may I add something to that?
Of course.
And that is, we have all felt the direction, our team's telling us, okay, we want you to go this direction. We want you to do this. We want you to give up that. We want you to just make that choice. And we're like, ugh. So, here's what I want to add. Or let me ask this question. Why in the fuck do we always wait until we have to? He was backed into a corner. So we had to.
Yeah.
I've been feeling this direction for a while, though, and I'm just like, nah, I don't have to. I'm not saying you should. I mean, that I'm not saying you're being called in that direction with what we're doing. I'm just saying be open to how you are being led. And don't wait until your hand is forced.
Bio. How do you know if you're connected or not? That question right there automatically answers your question. Hello?
That's so funny.
You're
Kid.
never disconnected. You're always connected. It's just not listening to that connection. So when we say we are disconnected, we're basically saying we shut our ears off from listening to our inner gut system. So you're always connected, you're always there, you're always connected to spiritual reality, because we are that trinity being of the physical, mental, and spiritual, with that fourth aspect of the emotional. But we're always connected to spiritual reality. We're always connected to ourselves. You're never disconnected. When we say that we're disconnected, It's basically just saying we shut our ears off to listening to our inner guided system.
Well, when we say that meat interferes with that, how would you rephrase that? Are there things that interfere?
The programs within the meat, for us personally, because everybody's different, we feel the death. We feel the emotions. We feel what they've been through, which then we focus upon that and not what we need to feel.
So I want to expound on that because we bought meat from the grocery stores for a long time. And then when we moved out here to Washington, we found a lady who raised her own cows. And she loved on them and pet them and brushed them and spoke love to them every day before the pop-up, right? And it was very, very quick. So there was no trauma involved in that. Grass-fed, grass-finished. Yet we still felt their emotions. We still felt all of that. That felt very interfering. And so I want you to have that information that there was such a change in what we ate, and yet it still interfered.
It's still interfered.
We still felt it.
Because it's death. And our bodies, we're craving life, and plants are life.
I love this.
Because, well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No.
Because what I'm going through right now, there's so much death that the death of the animal amplified the death within me. Because the parasites and everything, the cancer was killing off everything. I felt that a part of my intestinal tract has shut down. A big part. And I could feel that the excrements was getting stuck there until more was pushed through.
Still right now?
No.
Oh,
it's
okay.
actually gotten better.
Okay.
So
I would hear him in the bathroom crying as he tried to go. Just something normal. And there was nothing I could do to change that except continue helping him on a
How
forward.
can I help? How can I help? Can I help you? Can I do something? Yeah! You can stick your hand down my throat and push the poop out.
But, yeah, just continuing helping him on that forward motion of life. No, there was a lot. There's a lot that I see and feel very deeply as I'm helping my son heal.
Mm-hmm.
Things that we don't always share with you guys.
Yeah, I was going through a lot of pain earlier. Now it's gotten much, much less. Yes, I'm still pushing while I'm trying to go number 2. And yes, there's still a little bit of pain, but it's getting easier, it's getting better, and I'm not grunting as much.
And you know what? When he ate that shrimp chip and rice, all the cancer spots on his head, they all swelled.
Mm-hmm. You could see, like, this one, it got bigger. And this one right here is new.
Let me see.
This one.
Yep.
Just look at the screen.
I can't see it on the screen.
Yes, you can. See? It's right there. It's a bump.
Oh.
It looks like a freaking whelp.
Yeah, so I mean, that was just, it fed his cancer.
And new ones popped up, like one that was getting close to my eye, so Candy was like, oh my goodness gracious. Oh, it's going to affect your eye if you don't change. Well, yeah, I don't want that to happen. I've already went 98% blind. I don't want to go blind again. But hey, if it happens, it happens. I'll just use that as another weapon in my arsenal again.
Oh, did you see what Seabree said?
Oh, that's good to know. I'll give that a try.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably why I was having so many cramps there, too. It's like calling for help. Rub me, rub me.
So we're still using all of this stuff back here. So if you need any assistance in getting that going for you or someone else, just reach out to us. We'd be happy to help.
Oh, also, our calendar is open. And we have opened up our calendar for anyone that would like to schedule a session with us. Let me see if I can kind of like.
And I will post our phone number. Where are you?
There you are.
Oh, we said exactly the same time.
So, it's also in the YouTube description as well, and she's going to. Wait, are you going to post that? If not, I think I can post it.
What do you want me to post? I'm not listening because I'm doing this.
Don't worry, I got it. I will post it in the comments.
Okay.
Copy.
No lipstick, Shirley. It's all I am.
Wait, what?
And Shirley said, Kidd, it's so good to see your lips have color, or is that lipstick laugh out loud?
Oh, it's lipstick.
So, Kidd and I still don't charge for our sessions, but we appreciate love gifts. We appreciate the exchange of energy. And so we have all the normal stuff. Venmo, PayPal, Zelle. What's the other one? Is there another one? Yeah. Cash App. There we go. Yeah. And that's helpful because, with Kidd being sick, it has taken a toll on us financially. And so I'm so grateful that he is now feeling up to doing sessions with us. And the sessions have been amazing, haven't they?
Oh, yeah. Really
Absolutely amazing.
Every single one of them.
And we've been doing it on the phone so that he can lay down and participate. And wow, I mean, powerful sessions. People are leaving the sessions like, wow.
I feel amazing. And
I feel good.
I feel good.
I feel good.
Oh.
Any other questions?
We went over a lot of information today.
We did.
A lot of... Oh! There was something... Was it... Oh, yeah. Surely. Kidd, how long do you stay off your oxygen now? Seems a lot longer and coughing less. Yes! Most definitely. When I did the rice and the shrimp chip, I was on the oxygen 24 hours again. For a little while. And... but it's gotten stronger now that all of those toxins have left my body. But yes, I haven't tested out how long, but my lungs have gotten stronger. I'm still going to the store, and I'm not using my oxygen as much going to the store. But yeah, I would say the longest I've been off the oxygen was a total of 18 hours. 18 hours.
Sean, we posted our phone number a little above your comment, and why don't you WhatsApp us? And that way we can talk.
And there's our email as well.
Yeah. So shall we go? Shall we say adieu for tonight?
Yes, I think
Adieu.
I think that was good. You can expect really soon that we will be coming back with readings and stuff like that. It's been a while, and I want to get back into it. I really want to get back into it. I've been feeling like I need to get back into it. So, all right.
And while he does readings, I could do clearings and light language. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah. And we're planning on going live with Paula. Let me see.
She changed her last name back to her maiden name, right?
The 25th. Next week, Tuesday. I think it's scheduled for 2 p.m. our time, Pacific Standard Time. Yep. Anyways, so,
we love you guys. Thank you so much for coming on and spending so much time with us and having those questions and being a part of our family. It is amazing to have you guys as our family because, you know, Candy and I would not have been able to do this alone. And you guys have been very, very influential. Encouraging and great in the support and the love and the energy that you guys have shared with us. And if it wasn't for you, then Kenny and I probably wouldn't be here the way that we are today, because we're all learning through this. We're all in this together. We're all connected, yes, but what we're learning, you're learning. What you're learning, we're learning. You can answer that the next time.
which one? Oh, do you ever have anyone speak light language alongside you? Dylan and I were talking about it. He does this awesome light language of, like,
I know, it's like ancient Indians, like very ancient.
well, you know what I think? Like how the monks sound.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's deep and it's amazing. So we were talking about it, but then Kidd got sick and we didn't go any further with that.
There's a lot of things we didn't go further with because of what happened. But that's okay.
Yeah. And you know what? It would depend on who. Because I would have to resonate with that person's work to do that.
That connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. The connection is very much needed. All right, you guys. We love every single one of you. Thank you so much for being here. And we will see you guys very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Love you.
Probably not going to want to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Always go with the choice that scares you the most, because it's the choice that's going to help you grow.
Wow.
I can't do negative today. Positive vibes.
Best friend, wait. To the person seeing this, I know you're tired. I know you're fed up and so close to breaking. But remember, you have strength within you even when you feel weak. Keep fighting, best friend.